if you guys are wondering what the hell just happened, well, there was a long pause and my stream just kind of pick up. But it's okay, you guys are missing nothing.
Oh, we are ready, it looks like, and the game has resumed.
Good timing.
So, actually, with the delay on the stream, we're going to be a little bit behind. But the game has resumed here, so we have more action, I guess. Looks like Hannah's actually taking a nuke here from the Broodmother, and Lion is going to come around here from the bottom. And I believe we're going to have a... Oh, no, he's invisible, but no hexes. I believe Hannah kind of sensed probably danger with Robinson and just backed up.
Back on the top lane here, we have Shaker coming in, but he is already scouted. And my question is whether YYJ is going to get the assistant of the Shaker, given the fact that the Windrunner got some level advantage on the top lane and should be able to actually solo against this lane fairly decently now. Level 4.5, and look at Jo, he's just not shy harassing with that despite actually going 0 and 2 so far. Is this a mark of a good player, or is he just...
Yeah, well, I mean, one thing you do oftentimes when you start to get behind with the hero that you can't be behind with is to get super aggressive. And just try and counteract that with some of your own action. Because if you get really far behind and you're not getting any last hits Weaver and you're not really controlling the lane in any way, it's just going to spiral out of control for you. It's going to be like a death spiral of, oh, I don't have any farm, I'm continuing to get no farm, now they can kill me even more and more. And when you get to the mid game, all of those stuns on the Scourge side and all of that initiation is going to be leveled up, and it's going to be even harder. Or, I mean, on Sentinel, rather. So, I think it's fine, and especially since I think they know Earthshaker's middle. We see a T-beater from Fluff, so now actually they did know Earthshaker was middle because they're going to go ahead and do it anyway. They do walk around that Fisher. I think YYJ may survive this. Nope, we're going to see a nice sprout there from Fluff, followed by a nice Treants. Oh, just barely nobody's going to get that last hit. So we see a double kill there from Fluff, so they are using this Prophet. Who cares about jungling it? You don't need to jungle if you're just going to get 1,000,000 kills. And I believe that is, what, Fluff's 3rd kill?
Yeah, I think that was a big mistake by YYJ. He had Tango, he just sat there and just waited. If he Tango any sooner, he would have made it out alive. The Shaker didn't have to die. So that's another mistake being committed here by YYJ. That goes to 0 and 3. And I thought with the Shaker in position, he had a perfect block sectioning off both the Venomancer and the Vengeful Spirit. I thought that was going to be good. But no, they kept chasing and they were able to get a double kill on that. So very nicely done. So WE has to win both the side lanes. Very, very hard to actually compensate, because a Lesh without any level is kind of useless, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Lesh is one of those heroes that he becomes just a giant free kill if he doesn't have a bunch of XP. With a bunch of XP, he's quite powerful, but without any XP, he's just a no HP, no nuke power, low armor, easy kill hero.
Yeah, especially because his best nuke puts him, like, you literally have to hold hands with enemy heroes to actually do it.
Yeah, you want to be right up on him, and he has 2 of those. I mean, eventually you're going to want to get to Pulse Nova, and Pulse Nova requires you to be near them as well, oftentimes in the middle of multiple heroes. So if you're not tanking it up with Leshrac, you're probably just losing.
Yep.
We do have a little bit of a gang here on bottom from Fluff and stuff. Unfortunately for him, Broodmother is just going to harass him down with those treants, and he's going to take a bunch of damage before he gets away. We did see those Spiderlings being sent in the jungle there, and it looks like they're going to continue to do the Lion farming tactic. He's about to be level 5, and pretty soon we're going to see some Finger action. And once he gets Finger, it's going to be a lot harder for Hannah on this bottom lane.
There's some very, very attractive hero to Finger. You know, the Darkseer, the Weaver.
Oh, Weaver.
Don't you just get all excited looking at those
heroes? One
heroes?
of the sexiest bugs I've ever seen, to be honest. Really.
Is it a bug or is it a... What was it?
It's a bug. It's not an arachnid.
He's got 6 legs, no?
6 legs. You just look at Broodmother. See how she has 8? Look up top there. That's 6. That's a bug. Not an
counting lessons with Nebula.
Yeah, I took biology in 7th grade. All right.
Damn.
I know the difference between a bug and a spider. Also, I'm terrified of any small creature. Like, bug, spider, it don't matter. It could be like, there was a hornet in our apartment the other day, and me and my roommate's girlfriend were both like, ah, get out!
Oh, man, I just had the...
She's like a sorority girl, so I just put you up exactly how terrified I am of bugs. Nebula is very similar to sorority.
But Nebula ripped like Night Stalker. The swap goes on the mid lane here. Gale hits as well. YYJ gonna go 0 and 4. In fact, he's gonna go on the offensive. Can he kill TC? It's gonna be close. Yes, he's gonna get 1 kill. Nicely done, Shaker. Now it's gonna be turned into Finlay Mignon. No, he's gonna be fine.
I actually think if that creep wave wasn't there, his Diabolic Edict would have actually killed probably 2 of them.
Yeah.
It would have done so much damage to IX Mike as well. Unfortunately, there were creeps there, and it didn't end up doing a whole lot for him. So they get another kill there in the middle, but YYJ finally gets a kill back. So that's actually pretty good for him. He gets to get a little bit more XP. I think at this point, Leshrac will be kind of okay with turning his score to like 12 and 14 instead of like 0 and 3.
Well, right now we see some nice counter warding by Fluff, de-warded at top rune. And he does have a bottle going. One of the best thing about playing a Furion like this is once you have the bottle going, it just keeps on rolling. Because that 200 damage nuke early on, especially against squishies, it's going to get you kills pretty much every single time you cast one.
I'm going to assume you meant earn when you said bottle.
Yeah. Well, you can nuke on the enemy with the bottle, right?
Yeah, well, you can set it on the ground, and when they go to kind of pick it up, you just hit them.
Oh, that's a strong strat. I seen you practice this one a lot, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of like selective last hitting. Like you fake and deny so that you get some harass. So TC has got himself a Wraith Band now. I cannot wait to see this pure DPS Dimensional Spirit. I'm interested to know what kind of items she's going to go for. If it's just going to be Wraith Band treads, or if she's going to go for something kind of cool like maybe some Crystallis action, little Lothars. What's he going to do here? I really want TC to get a whole lot more kills just so we can see a carry Vengeful, because it's one of the coolest things you can do.
Uh-oh, bot lane here. He's pinging for the gank. There is going to be a Finger of Death. Nice chain sense so far. Yeah, there's a finger, and the kill goes to line. This is the power of jungle line. How did he get level 6 just from the jungle? Well, these spiderlings very helpful with that regard, and he's going to go back to jungle.
And as I mentioned, the minute he got level 6, that became a lot harder to handle. We do have an initiation here on middle on ROC, but we see a nice ultimate there and a Fisher, and I believe they are going to get him, but Mike is going to survive, and I think YYJ is going to go down yet again. Oh, no, is he going to get away? He's actually earned right now. They do the award down there, but I think he's going to be fine, yeah.
Maybe a Sprout to the high ground.
Sprout up the hill? Nope. He's got only 65 mana, so not even any mana for him. In fact, well, TC's there with the stun as well. I was going to say, in fact, for a second there, he might have been able to nuke IX Mike, but his nukes are actually very low right now. He's only got one level Lightning Swarm, obviously, and Splitter with very short range, and of course, Diabolic even shorter than that. Yep. So,
for anyone that's wondering, Earn does HP loss instead of quote-unquote damage, and because of that, you can bottle through that. Here comes yet another gank. No Finger of Death this time, but Chain Stun is going to do it. Nice gank here from Line. Really impressive play. A lot of Line players like, oh, no Finger, no gank, but no, he still got 2 stuns. And B-Kid showing off some Chain Stuns here.
This is actually kind of a big deal for Complexity, because if they get a draw here, that would make it a lot more difficult for them to end up in second place. I think they can potentially get first still.
No, they cannot.
A loss here would, well, they could if Navi were to inexplicably lose.
No, Navi has secured themselves first place no matter what any other team did.
Oh, did they win? Did they play yesterday?
Yeah, they played yesterday and they won.
Ah, I see, okay. Well, then Complexity is working for second place here, which is still, what, 3,000?
Yeah, it's a lot of money, yeah.
It's big cash. So
3,000 gold.
And second to third place is a full 1K. So that's some legit cash being lost here. And if they split this series, it becomes a legitimate possibility that they will end up in third instead of second. So YYJ is going after Fluff and stuff here, and if Fluff and stuff is going to die, there's going to be a stun. Nope, Zinj doesn't even care.
No, he turned Invis. Nicely played by Lesh.
Oh, I see.
Nice jukes. Free kill here against actually YYJ and his squad looking okay now. YYJ's been feeding pretty hard. No tower has taken down, but you see about 1,000 gold lead for the Radiant. Simply off the kills, and YYJ looking to set up even more kills. There is the fissure. There's going to be Diabolic Stun. It is going to hit. YYJ going to get one more kill. Magic Missile. They're going to get the kill. YYJ is going to go down. ROC now fights IXMI. You know the Prophet's going to be TPing in. He TPs in. There's going to be Sprout. You have Tango out. Tango out. Nicely done. This cow, he'd be doing some exercise. He's very fast.
Yeah, actually he slows balls. But they did get themselves another kill there. Now, I actually feel like Wii is in the lead right now, mainly because on the bot lane, Broodmother's already got herself an Oblivion Staff. It looks like she is going to be working for an Orchid very soon. She's just about 1,000 gold away from that. B-Kid, meanwhile, because of all of that farm she got, I'm mad. Because of all of that farm that she got in jungle, or he got in jungle rather. I don't know why every person in this game is a girl to me. It's okay. We love China. I agree. I love China as well. I'm actually really intrigued by the whole China situation.
You know what? Everyone could love China, but as soon as a Chinese kid loves China, oh man, he's racist.
Yeah, well, you're seriously racist. You kidding me? So I didn't say Chinese were supreme beings, which is basically your entire life philosophy. Lion, because of that jungle, he has managed to get a lot of kills here on bottom and Hannah. And Hannah's basically been neutered now. where he was having a very strong early game against that Broodmother. Because of that Lion Brood strat, Lion is now, basically capable of just insta-gibbing him with the Broodmother there. And Hannah really can't go back to the lane if Lion's not on the map.
Yep.
And because of that, his farm is slowed down. All he's got is the Soul Ring. He's got a Ring of Health. So he's, theoretically he should have a Vanguard soon, but I don't think he's actually going to be able to get that. He's just got to drop shields and hope that he gets last hits.
Speaking of Lion, he is at top lane smoked up, and they're looking for a gank on Jo. Jo does have the Vanguard, but Finger Death is on cooldown. Shackle Shot initiate. It is going to hit. Beautiful initiation. Not the best chain stun, though, but I think it's going to do it nonetheless. Yeah. The nuking power of this line just insane. He's playing a very efficient line.
Yeah, this is being really well executed by B-Kid. He's 2-0-1 only right now. Obviously, the only real hero in struggling on the Sentinel side is that YYJ in middle. Leshrek is 2-5. That said, he's level 8. He's not heavily behind the Scourge side. In fact, he's even with him. It's 7-8, 7-8-8 as far as farming. The only hero with the huge advantage right now is Broodmother at 10, and Windrunner is 9. So actually, yeah, I actually think that Wee is currently in the lead.
Okay, I want you to pull down your farm chart as we watch this gank on the bot, and just be amazed at PCT's farm.
All right, let me check it out right now. PCD currently, whoa! We are 14 minutes in, so let's see, times 10. 15, 30, yeah, he's at about 6 creep kills a minute right now. That's pretty impressive. Well, he's more than that.
Yeah,
he's at 7 creep kills a minute right now.
A lot of it is neutrals, but still, I mean, damn.
Yeah. That's pretty nice. 7 creep kills a minute, even with neutrals, is acceptable. Now we have a giant team battle here going on. This Gale hitting the Lion, and Pale hitting absolutely nothing. He gets pulled back. I think they're gonna be able to take him down. Maybe somebody else gets down there. Vengeful Spirit with a wave, not gonna be enough. They're actually gonna be able to back up here, and nobody dies. Typical the Premier League battles. A lot of finagling, a lot of heroes hitting each other, and nobody dies.
YYJ does pick up the haste tree, unless he's gonna go boss to the wall and backstab 8 people. Now look, that's probably a poor choice.
Yeah, he's only level 9 right now, Libby. Don't get crazy, all right? He's not doing terribly. He's managed to level up, but he's not tank Leshrek right now. He's got exactly boots and a bracer. So. But yeah, going back to that farm chart, we have 102 on the Broodmother, 15 minutes in. The Broodmother, 15 minutes in, which is, that is a bunch of creep kills a minute. He's working on 6. Let's see, 5 is 75. Yeah, he's like almost 7 creep kills a minute. That is crazy. B-Kid with just a 16, but of course he's been juggling. We got 34 on the Leshrek. That's probably their weak link right now, obviously. 71 on QQQ is actually second in the game, and the highest farm on the Scourge side is Jo with 53, but he is 0-3. So he's actually, a lot of that has been mitigated. Now, they are going to get that top tier 1 tower, but they may lose their middle tier 1 as well. So a bit of a tower trading here as this game's starting to pick up in action.
No, a teleportation comes in from the Prophet. Good to see Prophet actually buy TP scrolls for beginner Prophet players out there. Your TP does have a 20-second cooldown. In fact, he's not even leveling on TP right now. Loving treants instead, opting for push instead of ganks. Great choice as well. But yes, he's using TP scrolls to get to lanes very, very quickly, even when TP's on cooldown.
Yeah, I see too many Prophets that aren't leveling teleport and not getting TP scrolls. And even if you are leveling teleport, sometimes you want to TP back to base and then immediately teleport right back into the battle. So you pay 135 gold and get yourself a Tinker effect when you really need it. So I think it's a really nice choice that not enough players do.
Yep.
Not enough players do it.
Checking on the farm on that PCT, he is going to be very close to his Orchid, about 600 or 700 gold away from that. And once he has the Orchid.
No, he's actually got the goal already. He's got 2 Oblivion staffs and that costs 725.
Oh no, this is the old version.
Oh, this isn't the new one.
Right.
Oh, bummer. Man, why don't we just? All right, look, I'm just gonna say, let's just switch. Everybody knows how it works. All right. Anyway, yeah. So he is getting relatively close to that Orchid then. So about 400 gold away. So Orchid just about done. And when that happens, I feel like those bottom towers are gonna start to fall a little bit more aggressively.
Yeah, and once that happens, he could basically harass anyone out of his lane, and if anyone more than or less than 2 hero comes in the lane, he could just kill or significantly harass the Darkseer back. So it really is up to Complexity to win the other true lane and win it hard. And actually, they are doing that job fairly decently. They shut down YYJ sort of, and they push down the top tower.
If you've been noticing on the map, we pings B-Kid pings the Spiderlings every time he needs the Broodmother to move them again. Because you can't share control in Dota 2.
Yeah.
So he has to be like, hey, I need these again. Move them. And he it didn't happen immediately, so he just pinged again instantly. Like, hey, get on it.
Beat Kid. Not only does he beat kids, if you don't move Spilings for him, he'll beat you too.
Hey, maybe his teammate Kid. You never know. So anyway, in middle, ROC does have 875 gold, so Earthshaker close to his Arcane Boots, which is, it's not super fast or anything, but it would be nice to get some. He's just got to basically not die in the next battle, and he will have them for sure. Meanwhile, on bottom, we do have 2 smoked heroes, it looks like, going to go for that gang on the bot lane. Now, Lion has left the lane, so Bruno's actually in a bit of a compromised position here, though she immediately senses danger and goes ahead and drops that web and just stays behind tower. She has completed her Orchid as well, but that really won't save her against 3 heroes.
Yep, the only legit stun in the lane is it's going to be that magic missile. Of course, they do have the Surge, which is going to allow someone to catch up. But I think under the spiderling or the spider web and the regen that it provides, I think she's gonna be fine. They need just one more stun, but Prophet can TP in, so don't forget about that. Now, Prophet TPing in just means that he's gonna have a web in position to cancel the sprout. So I think overall he should be okay.
Yeah, I don't think they're really gonna be able to do anything. In fact, we're gonna have a team battle in middle here as we want to go ahead and go for that tier 1 that they actually did not get. I thought they were trading powers, but they ended up not being able to get that thing. Furion just too strong in his counter pushing. Along with the Venomancer, there's just a lot of anti-push on this Scourge team right now. So definitely decent picks.
Yeah, I think like WE's maybe even swap happening. No, I think WE maybe even getting baited into a push, and that might sound like a weird thing to say, but like right now Complexity's been leaving the mid lane sort of open, and then as soon as the push comes, a 2 TP comes in, one from Prophet, one from an actual hero, and that just means that the Weaver, he's literally been free farming for the last couple of minutes. He does have a 1k go. I think he's gonna upgrade Treads for a little bit more survivability against a Lion. A great choice. Yeah, Strength Treads right here.
Definitely.
But yeah, and it's the WE team is not nearly as mobile as Complexity, so.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, they don't have blink daggers or anything, obviously, so there's no mobility there. Although they will want to get some of those. On top of that, they're forcing the whole team, like most of the team of We, to lose XP as they commit to try and get the middle. And Furion doesn't really lose a whole lot of XP. He just TPs in at the last second, drops things that he needs, and then when they leave, he just goes right back to farming, and it's just so much faster than them.
Invis Lesh coming in right now. That rune has not been seen as he picked it up. So it is going to be very dangerous. All they need is a single fissure. Swap goes in. The sentry was on the ground. And YYJ gets a little bit trolled upon. But here comes the Lion. Finger of Death. No! Oh! TC with the farm. Survives that one. Here comes ROC. Tangles out again. What did TC have? Well, a Stream Treads. And now he's going to go for a Drums as well. Complexity loved their Drums, by the way.
Oh man, look, if you're not using drums enough, you totally need to. They're just so good. Even if you never activate them, which admittedly I'm a little bit.
Yeah, too, okay, no Nebula, don't try to. When you don't activate an item, kind of sucks.
I don't activate them enough. That said, they're very strong items. They give you HP, they give you mana, and they give you move speed. I mean, what else do you want in an item, really?
I've definitely seen Quantic Potums been getting drums on their Potums.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Nah, man, it's nice because Potums a hero that actually doesn't do anything until you have like 1 billion gold, but drums is quite cost effective.
So you're gonna invest in an item that helps you not to do anything
more? It helps your team. Come on, this is a team game. This ain't StarCraft 2.
All right. I'm just saying. I don't like it.
If Quantic does it, it has something to do.
We have a stun here on Jail, probably going to follow it up with another Fisher. Yep, there is the Fisher. Unfortunately, his HP's quite high, and the Shackle does not catch anything, just too far away from those trees, so nothing to do there. And I believe, actually, yep, Finger was on cooldown anyway, as he did use it in the middle against that Vengeful. Now, probably what he thought, he saw a Vengeful with a certain amount of HP, and typically that means, yes, free Finger to kill. Then he figured him, he was like, oh, that's right, he's been farming. He's level 10, jeez. He's like a fat Venge. We do have, looking at the levels, it started to pull back into Complexity's favor as far as levels go. Now, obviously, Broodmother's 14, and that's quite high, but Jail's up to 12 now, even with the Windrunner, and their supports are, 10 and 10. Well, I don't know who the support is here. I guess Vino's the only real support, compared to, 9 for that Earthshaker, so just a little bit of even levels now.
I just want to point out that with the top tower destroyed and the mid tower denied, as we see a gank attempt, it is going to hit. Man, these split earths are just so good. Can we get the kill quick, though? Echo Slam being dropped. Ice Mike very low, but a Sprout on 2. He's going to still die to the AoE fluff and stuff, not chasing here. And Lion in position. Can we get off another fissure into a finger kill? You know that Bearded Old Man hasn't been farming. But he's going to be live to tell the tale. But on the bot lane here, PCD pops his Orchid and going for the kill. He is going to get it with the Orchid bonus damage, whatever that thing's called. But look at the gold chart with 2 tower destroyed. it is Radiant that's leading by 2k gold. That is just off the back of PCT's farm. He's up to 178 in 23 minutes.
Yeah, they traded 2 for 1 in middle, and they got a 1 for nothing on bottom. And I believe this tower on bottom is going to be a little bit more in danger now. As he's just going to spawn a bunch of spiderlings, and this thing's going to go down very quickly. Fury's probably going to be forced to TP or throw an ultimate just to try to slow this down, but I'm not even sure that that's going to work. I think they are going to get that now. We do see a bit of a push up top from J.O., but J.O. is just kind of farming, really. It's not so much a push. It's just trying to kill creeps as quickly as he possibly can. We see a Videomancer coming down bottom, and again, we see the power of the anti-push here as we see a Venomous Gale and a Ward and the ultimate from Furion, and that's going to stymie the push. So, you know, there's just so much anti-push on the complexity side that despite the fact that I feel like we is winning pretty much everything right now, to be honest. Looking at the gold chart, they're a full 4K in the lead. They still have a slight level advantage, though not very much, not as much as they once did. And of course, they do have. Well, they're actually not. They're behind in towers 1-2, so Complexity's winning something there.
Meanwhile, IX might continue to deward in mass amount, just shutting down the map control. Maybe that's why they're not really losing that many towers, because, well, it is very unsafe to travel through the rivers as you have no sight. But we do see Windrunner actually going for an Orchid as well, so we're going to see double Orchid on the Radiant side. There's a lot of valid targets to silence. The Darkseer is a lovely hero to silence. Weaver is a great hero to silence. So having all these extra silences is going to be good, but it is approaching a game where I think Hex would be better. But
yeah, we're 25 minutes in just about. Complexity's going to go ahead and go for Russian here, which should help their farm a bit.
J.O. gets Hex. Any sentries? Nope.
Ooh. Yeah, you got to carry sentries if you're going to go. I mean, I understand they have a bunch of stuns and they expect to just chain stun him. But he has it is possible for him to Sakuchi and you still get the Hex off, as we saw there. So it looks like yeah, Complexity is going to get that Roshan.
Carry Revenge
Top
picks
tower
up.
did go down though, but not a very great trade.
PCT gonna get 5-man gang. I'm sure Complexity will have. Is he gonna buy TP and try to make it out there?
They do have they didn't. They guessed poorly. They did have a smoke.
A dust.
He used it too far, or a dust rather, but Furion used it a little too far away unless he traded it to somebody else.
YYJ with 20 HP leading charge. When I say 20, I mean very low. Fissure actually blocks him back, and it's not going to help. YYJ is going to get focused. Vacuums him backwards, so that actually helped him. Finger Death gets dropped down. Echo Slam gets dropped as well. Everyone is dying, and WE's winning the team fight. Wall gets dropped down really, really late, and now PCT chasing with his web. He will have his silence cooling down very soon, and somehow YYG survived that. He charged right in, and that
was one of the worst vacuums I have ever seen in a pro game.
One of the worst Fissure too.
Yeah, they Fissure blocked, and then it just got pulled back behind it. Like, oh man, he Fissured his own team and trapped him in a poor position. And then, you know, Complexity's like, oh, I understand, you didn't want to do that. We'll go ahead and just put you on the other side of your Fissure now. So yeah, we're back to where you should. You know, back to where we should be. But that was a really pretty poor battle for Complexity. They got a little lucky there. Vengeful actually probably should have died, but Broodmother wasn't sure where to target, and she ended up not killing Vengeful, ended up getting that kill to Beatkit instead, but didn't go after, or not Vengeful, the other one. Ended up not going after Vengeful either, so it could have been actually worse for Complexity. They could have lost another hero there, but it looks like that tier 2 will be going down here as we see. We do get a pause here.
Vengeful Spirit now has the Aegis of Immortal, by the way, which is actually a pretty decent choice, considering not just because of the fact that she is a farming Venge, also because of the fact, stop, goes on, Magic Missile is going to hit on QQQ. She does actually have a Mega, so she could pop it anytime and make it out. Shackle shot on 2 heroes, just trolling you guys up. It's going to be fine. Blink Dagger up on Shaker.
They did get that top tier 2 and the bottom tier 2, so it's now a 5-2 tower advantage for Wii, so Wii is starting to pull ahead. I think this game is going to get more and more difficult for Complexity if this keeps up at this rate, obviously.
And if you guys are wondering how much this match matters, Complexity is fighting for a second or third slot here for the Premier League, and if you tie a match, because they won game 1, but if you lose game 2 and thus tie the match, you only get 1 point instead of 3. And right now teams are really neck and neck in terms of points.
Yeah, I think this actually, they go from being in the driver's seat if they lose this to potentially being in a bit of a tough spot. I think actually, if they win this game, do they have to hope that somebody loses? Or I mean, if they lose this game, do they have to hope somebody else loses or ties for them to win? I'm not 100% sure. We do have initiation up top on TC. It looks like we're going to see, actually initiation on QQQ, I'm sorry, but we do see a Sprout and a swap. Swap the the trees away. We see a Gale there, but that's not going to do anything.
Oh, they're going to keep chasing for another stun. He turns back for the magic missile. It's going to get brought off. I think that was a mistake. I think if he just ran straight, he would have been fine. A great move by Fluff and Stuff. What he did was he used a Wrath of Nature, but did not target it on nearby region. He targeted it on some very far away part of the mini-map. And what that allows you to do is get the very last hit.
Oh yeah, maximum damage. Now the one
damage,
problem,
yeah.
sometimes if there's two large creep waves and you do that, it won't actually make it to the top lane. So you want to be a little careful and understanding of when you're throwing that.
Right.
You want it doesn't just hit infinite targets. So you want to make sure that you're doing that.
But if he didn't do that maximum damage Wrath of Nature, they would not have got that kill. So Fluff and Stuff.
Absolutely. No,
nice
it was really well played. Obviously he knew what he was doing, he executed it properly. But if there are too many creeps, don't just throw it down there expecting it to always hit them. We do have that mechanism on Furion now, so a bit more of a support push Furion than you're maybe used to. Jo up to 3.2k though, so he's getting close to that relic. If he can get a Radiance, of course, Vengeful Spirit being a DPS style hero, she does have drums. They did give her that Aegis, by the way, as they still want, they concentrated a lot of farm on her. But she still has swap, and she still wants to use Initiate, which means they're putting a hero that has a lot of farm in the middle of their team, and you don't just want to throw all of that gold and XP away just by having her immediately die. So by giving her an Aegis, it really helps her out, as does the Django. So,
yep,
it's good decisions there.
I hope YYJ makes a Blacking Bar as his next item, because I don't think any other one is going to help him survive. Although there's not too much magical damage that's going to come his way, it just kind of deters further nukes flying his direction. And he needs to be right next to everyone to make his damage count. So Blacking Bar should be his item choice, but we'll see what he ends up making.
Yeah, he's only got 1,000 HP. He got the cloak, obviously, for some magic defense right now, but I don't necessarily think he wants to finish a Hooded Defiance. He just doesn't have enough HP. That said, you could also get a BK or a Blink Dagger and kind of just hope to out-initiate with the rest of your team, because they do have a lot of stuns.
Yeah, and Shaker has a Blink.
Yeah. With Shaker having a Blink, maybe they don't need that. Complexity, Fluff does TP in here to the side, though. They're going to maybe go around for a little bit of a sandwich action. Nope, not going to work out. They're just going to pull back here. We see Ultimate being, no, those are Treants rather, being cut down by Fluff to try and slow his push down. There's a lot of wards being placed, obviously, by IX Mike, so I don't really see them actually being able to push into this tier 2 right now.
Maybe they are waiting for a swap or a clump up.
Oh, there's a blink on Lion as well.
Ooh.
So we have dual blinks on Sentinel, so very long range.
Oh, look at this. This is what Complexity loves to do. Treant plus Iron Shell. Like,
yeah, blink in now, buddy.
That's pretty cheesy. Like, how do you beat that? That Treant is tank. Look at that.
I guess you could just kill the Treant. I don't know.
It's 550 HP, man.
Okay, we'll finger it. We'll get out real fast.
Nice strat.
Hey, man. I got pro knowledge. I'm just saying. So, on bottom, Brew Brothers continuing to farm. They have got all the towers on bottom, so she's got an Eagle Horn. She's already finished her BKB, so she has Orchid BKB and an Eagle Horn, and she's got another 1,000 gold, so she's pretty close to a Butterfly. Butterfly BKB Orchid is pretty strong. Now, we always talk about how Brood Mother's kind of a mid-game carry. She's not in a super effective late-game carry, but we're at 30 minutes. If we're looking at 35, 40 minutes and she has BKB, Butterfly, and Orchid, this is going to be really hard.
Yeah, and she has 260 creep kills in 31 minutes.
Wow. Wow.
Again, some of them are neutrals, but still, like, it's just ridiculous.
That's over 8 creep kills a minute right now. That's almost 9 creep kills a minute. Jeez, that is just so many. That is pretty fantastic farm there. Oh no, that's an 8 creep kills a minute. Sick math, Nebula. Anyway, yeah, PCT getting a lot of farm. I'm really. They whipped to try and gang him a little bit, but with that line down there early on, they really kind of mitigated any kind of gangs. And since then, they've just kind of ignored him. Yeah,
well, they've been trying to, but their hero lineup is just not really capable of ganking. Again, the only legit stun they have is a magic missile. Anything else Broodmother could really deal against. The web providing the fast movement speed against the Surge and the Gale. The Sprout's not going to do anything because of the web, so it might have been a mistake here by Dire to not really have the sufficient stun. I guess until the Prophet gets a Hex, I don't really see a way that PC is going to die unless he just becomes idiotic and charges straight into 5.
Yeah, and I don't really see Prophet getting a Hex anytime soon. He's only at 760 gold. He did make that mechanism. He's going for a really strong support build, but with the lack of stuns, I really do think they needed to hex a bit more than that. Obviously, he didn't get a whole lot of farm. He wasn't really farming anywhere. He did a lot of ganging early on. They got a lot of kills off of that, and it did work out well. But ultimately, he's not very fat at this point in the game because of it.
Of course, a gank attempt here on Jo. Blink Dagger coming in. Can we get a Finger of Death? No. Wow, how is...
Oh, he dropped an Echo, but no Finger. He finally does the Finger, but after he had already ulted away. What a terrible teamwork there from Wii, and that's going to cost them big time as they lose 2 heroes. They do get the Venomancer, but I think they're going to get YYJ probably as well. He does go ahead. Oop, that was a bit of a terrible split earth. They're just going to keep chasing after him. Now, Jo is kind of low on HP, so this is mildly risky.
He's split trying to destroy the trees, but the power shot also did the job, and now another Sprout on top of him. They're going to silence him. Jo, can you bring him down? Yes, they are going to bring him down, so nicely done, but QQQ is going to go down as well. But look at the mini-map. Brewmother says, yo, bro, I beat your base?
Yeah, I feel like that was a bit aggressive by Weaver. I mean, I understand wanting to get a kill, but even I could see that there was potential for some serious fail there, and he ended up dying. And during all of that, PCT just goes ahead and A-clicks their tier 3 tower, and it goes down. So a really nice battle there from Wii, and Complexity is kind of up against the wall at this point. This is going to be very difficult for them now. With the loss of that tower, Brewmother can get those Raxes very quickly, so they kind of have to have a dedicated person down there. The minute they left the lane, she got a tower. They made him pay immediately.
And now after that team fight, Weaver had the Radiance, had to go for the Radiance. Unfortunately, after that death, he's going to have to farm at least a minute more for it, so further delays that. And again, it's like you said, if now the tower is down, you constantly have one person in here, and that's going to make team fight even more so. You got to keep in mind that team fight was fought after the poor initiation. They echoed like 2 heroes. The Finger was late, but they quote unquote lost the fight, but I think they came ahead, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a really bad initiation. Like, there was an opportunity there for Lion to get a Finger off immediately after the ultimate was dropped on Earthshaker. I don't think he was expecting Earthshaker for ultimate, maybe a bit of poor communication there. But the minute that ES threw that ultimate, you just have to Finger as well and hope it works. Because you can't just throw away a Echo Slam like that, you know?
Yep.
It's pretty much not okay. And I think the Finger probably would have got the kill there. It is level 2, so it is doing 650 damage. So... yeah, I think that would have killed him, but a little bit of poor communication, a little bit of poor coordination. Nonetheless, they do end up, I think, ahead after all of that. As they're up to, wow, well over 12,000 gold advantage now for the Radiant. So, man, Complexity, I don't know how they can win this one.
No, I don't know, man. Weaver is a very, very strong late game carry, especially if you look at the heroes on the Radiant side. They're not actually that tanky. So if Weaver somehow actually gets his right click in, for the next couple of fights, he should be okay. His next item have to be BKB. It just have to be BKB. Against 2 Orchids, chain stun here from Lion and Shaker, you have to get BKB. But let's talk about that. And later, as we see PCT, he pops a BKB. TC has a BKB as well. What? Now they're going to try to get a kill. Swap goes down. He's still running very, very fast. His magical immunity should be running out soon. He's Terry. He's whacking back. Magic missile is missed. Gale misses. But there's just so many sentry wards.
A line of sentries. It's just like an endless supply of sentries. Like, nah, bro, you ain't going anywhere. If he had run the other direction, he would have been in better shape. But he instead just ran right back across all 4 sentries.
Just look at the mini-map right now. It's like, it's Evil as near, like, took a vacation there.
Yeah, Evil as near just went for a little trip. He just walked straight down that lane. He didn't quite drop the triangle. Well, there's a little bit of a triangle down there on the very bottom set. But anyway, yeah, it was that was a really big time play from Complexity.
And exactly, they're going to take advantage. Roshan time.
Yeah, I think you're right. If Complexity can get the Radiance is now done. If they can get this Aegis, this would be big time for them. I feel like what we should have done, rather than just leaving Brewmother down there, the minute that Radiance was kind of getting close to completion for Weaver, I think they should have tried to go as 5.
Yeah, what we should have done is not call the GG so quick, because this game. You see what I did there? Yeah. He's gonna get the Aegis now. No! Okay, I understand that TC gets the Aegis. That's cool, but I think Jo needs it big time right now. He's at 1,000 HP.
His resurrection is actually kind of a deal. And he's still very squishy. I mean, they still can't chain stun him out of a battle, and you remove Weaver from the battle, it's not going to be the same. I mean, yeah, Vengeful can resurrect and be like, oh, look at me, but it's like, nah, I don't know.
This is not going to help. This is going to be the Aegis and the kill. Oh, man. Yo, guys, turn back.
Why no stun? What? Oh, wow. I don't know. I think they could have got him.
That's my reaction right there.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I agree with you. I think they could have easily gone for that, but okay.
They're the managers. Like, he said, what? Exactly, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's like, what? No, they're questioning my question mark.
Anyway, it looks like we're going to have an initiation here, or go on the tier 2 tower in the middle. We'll see a nice swap from Venge, but immediately BKB is now completed on YYJ, and that's going to be big time. He's going to throw out a massive amount of big damage. They're focusing him down. He is finally going to die. Earthshaker actually dies as well. He drops some Echo Slam on just Hannah Montana. QQQ is going to die as well, and I think Complexity may have pulled themselves back into this game. I am stunned right now. I thought for sure we were going to win this game, but it looks like we are in fact going to lose.
WE's engagement are just, for the lack of a better word, bad.
Yeah, they've been.
Am I a hater for saying that?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just not very fantastic. I mean, PCT continuing to hang out on bottom. I understand what they're trying to do. They want to maybe go for a split push and really maximize their broodmother, but I think at this point you really just gotta kind of concentrate and go for something.
The bot racks though. He could actually pop his BKB and suicide it. Now he sees someone TPing in. It's gonna back off for now. Who is that? Is that a Venge? It is a Venge. Swap's not gonna be available. 4 staff into Sprout. Break the web. Use your web, son. Oh my God! What are you doing? He's gonna get caught up. And he's
no. The wards are all gone.
He could have spin web and destroyed that Sprout. Come on, basic brew knowledge. I'm just mad right now.
Yeah, it wasn't the best, but I mean, if he thinks they don't have any wards and they actually can't hit him, then I don't think it's that bad.
Okay, it's a 40-minute gank on a brood. You expect the enemy team to have wards.
You might expect it to, but they don't.
Come on.
Just saying, you know. Yeah, he lived, right?
Yeah, he did.
I know, I 100% agree. He totally should have just cut the trees down. But whatever. Fluff and Stuff has got himself a gem now. No more of those shenanigans. And he got a 4-staff as well. So, you know, those part out of no hex. They're just saying, you know, forget stuns. Who needs stuns, buddy? We got damage.
Again comes in. He does have gem, so there is a true sight. Okay, now this time you do it right. You do it right.
Cut the trees down, bro. Wow. Wow. Who needs to cut trees down when you can just die?
My hands off my mouth, on my face. That's what we call facepalm.
It's much better to just auto die and then immediately die back. You know, I wonder if we is throwing. Like
they might be just throwing.
Is there like did they bet against themselves in this game? Like they went to some Chinese bet site and they were like, I'm betting everything on complexity. And then they
he just popped his BKB!
What?
PC just popped his BKB!
Alright, 100% throwing. I'm calling it right now. I want an investigation into Wii right now because I feel like...
Is the Triad involved? The Triad must be involved somewhere.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, the Chinese Triad's up in this because this is straight up, they're just throwing intentionally. This is not... This is so bad that it can't be real. It actually can't be real. I'm pretty sure swap me and Luminous in, bro. We get those racks, no problem. But, yeah, I don't... Yeah, the BKB drop, that makes me believe that they are throwing. Like, somebody bet 1,000... What's the Chinese currency?
Yuan.
Alright, they bet like 1,000,000 yuan on the complexity right now. How strong is the yuan to the dollar? Like, what's the ratio?
It's about like a 1 to 6 or 1 to 5.
So 1 yuan is like 1.6 bucks?
No, $1 is like 5 yuan, 6 yuan.
Oh, okay. Okay. So 126. I see. I heard 1.6. All right. So yeah, they bet like 1,000,000 yuan. Chuan. Amazing.
Chuan this. So Weaver up to 3.7.
Yeah. I mean BKB, right? Like he's about 200 gold away from BKB. It's got to be. He could make a Manta style. But he's got
he might just pick up a Reaver, but I think it has to be BKB in this. Well, I mean, now let's be honest. If WE initiates, like, for lack of better word, scrubs, then oh man, I feel so bad for saying that. But
well, they're not.
No, I really feel so bad. Like they are professional players and they deserve respect, but their play is just.
It's not very good right now. That's all. This game isn't going so well for them. Maybe they're having some. You know what? Maybe they're messing around a little bit. You never know. You never know what's going on in that team.
I'm not gonna say. Okay, I retract my statement. I apologize to any
Maybe
W
somebody's
fans.
just like, you know what? We can't really win any money, so let's just let's jerk around a little bit. It's like, hey, I bet you won't pop BKB right now. He's like, oh, you bet I won't, and then he does. Like, he's
You
like,
know
all right,
what? That's probably exactly what happened.
somebody else is like, all right, I bet you can't use webs anymore in this game. Those are the only webs you can have for the rest of the game. He's like, all right, I got this. I bet I can win even without casting any more webs. You never know. It's got to be what's going on.
You know what? We
Fluff and stuff. Meanwhile, up to 2.8K, so he's going to be pretty close to.
we shouldn't talk too much trash because we do have a show match against WE.
Oh man, they're gonna.
Oh,
scrub
dude,
us,
if someone translate this.
they're gonna scrub us so hard. They're gonna be like, oh, talking smack, huh? That's what's up.
No, you can have 5 of the best hero in the game. We'll go 5 melee, you know, and
Yeah, we'll have like Invoker, Fury, and like Darkseer, and they'll just be like, what's up? SA, get some.
Sven and Spectre, best heroes in the game. Let's go.
Sven, Spectre, SA, Anti-Mage, and just totally scrub us.
Oh man, I'm not looking forward to that.
Oh, that'll be rough. That'll be rough. Dibs on the Prophet, or dibs on the Invoker. You can have Prophet. So we got a Soul Booster here on Leshrac, so he's trying to get to a Bloodstone. I believe that is probably his goal, as Bloodstone's so good on Leshrac. Obviously, he wants a bunch of mana regions, similar to a Storm Spirit, but because of the BKB, he doesn't need to get any kind of Lincoln Spear shenanigans. And I believe this is the old Lincolns, right? Yep.
Yep.
So not quite as broken.
So let's check some items as we have the Roshan spawning back really soon. You can see that the Dire Side already near that. In terms of items, we have BKB up on the Weaver, so he is impervious, basically. Brewmother is the only one that could actually do any right-click damage, but guess what? He's Sakuchi away from that. But there's a Blink Initiation on IX Mike, Finger Death, and Power Shot gonna get the kills. That's just a Weaver. Don't mean really Jack Squad, but that just might be the avenue for the bot push to be happening.
That was actually a Vino, not a Weaver.
They're both bug-ish things, okay?
One is like a Hydralisk alien, and the other one has 6 legs.
Dude, when they're hexed, they look the same, okay?
No, one has no legs, and one has 6 legs. They're really not even close to the same.
Anyways,
one is closer to the
Venomancer buys back in the game. But look at the top, they're pushing, and that's going to force a TP from YYJ. YYJ, by the way, has a Black King bar and a Bloodstone. I like that.
Yeah, it's almost like I was talking about that. So we have Fluff and Stuff has got 4K, so I'm guessing this is going to be a Hex, right?
I hope that it's a Hex. I hope he doesn't go utility and be like, oh man, we need the Shivas right now.
Yeah, Shivas wouldn't be terrible. I'd be part of the Shivas.
Against Finger of Death and
now on this BKB Django drums, or BKB drum Vengeful Spirit. So Vengeful starting to get some damage output. Now obviously she has that damage aura. She's already getting a free, plus 40 or whatever from that. So a pretty decent amount of damage. So we're going to go ahead and go bottom here. Broodmother trying to defend all by herself. It looks like nope. The rest of we are going to show up, and let's see if they can get a nice defend here.
Yep. As we approach the late game, having a Furion on your team is just so imbalanced. It's just like we could push one wave, but we could be in a team fight for the next minute. It's just messed up, and you can see exactly Fluff and Stuff taking advantage of that hero, and he's going to be pushing. That's going to force YYJ or anyone else to TP and defend that, and that just means that Complexity is going to have a momentary advantage somewhere else on the map, 5v4.
Yeah, if we wants to push, they basically have to push 4v5 because Furion will be in that team battle. He's not going to not be there. However, whoever tries to defend that top lane won't be there.
Yep.
It's not like there's a Spectre on the other team just defending top. So it's really just unfortunate to have to play against the Furion at this point in the game. I feel like Wee's going to have some struggles here. They really want to focus and try and go into a lane, but if they do that, they're just going to trade with one hero, and that hero's also going to be there when it matters. So.
Yep.
I don't see this going well.
And the key things is Roshan is going to be back soon, so Furion's just going to keep doing this, and then the Roche is going to be back. They're going to fly into Roche, and because of their high damage output, they will bring down Roche so very quickly. BKB, Vengeful Spirit now has a Yasha as well, so she's dealing some damage. They're hovering around that area. That means Roche is right on time. 46-41 was Roche death, and they marked it down. Now you can
definitely.
Roche.
For all you want to be pro players out there, even if you're just playing a pub game, the minute Roche dies, type it in ally chat. That way you can go back and check it.
Checking the gold chart, it's down to about 8K now as Complexity making some huge comeback. They're going to get the Roche as well. And who's going to pick it up? It's going to be Cheese on Weaver. Okay.
Yep, Aegis again goes to TC. And,
he has BKB, so you can pop the Cheese, with high
Oh, that is true. He finally has a BKB. Okay. So he did make BKB not man style. Nice choice. He got another 2.5k, so it's not even like Manda's very far off if he does go that route. Or route if you're not from the south. He could get himself some just pure damage output item, but I feel like with the Radiance, he's just going to want to get a Manta.
Yep. And I feel like WE, their only chance right now is to wait for Complexity to bring the fight to them and just go for a team wipe.
Unfortunately, Complexity has a ag stick on Darkseer, so any pushes that we try to go for, I think, aren't going to work.
It's not going to work.
Darkseer ags is just kind of like actually ridiculously strong. It's so good. That said, they're going to go ahead and take down this tier 1 tower bottom. We see a TP in. Maybe not the best choice here. I don't know that just TP.
Oh,
yep, there's the eventual swap. We're going to see a BKB being dropped and a Manta style. He's actually got himself in a Manta style. Wow, that is so much damage now. YYJ taking a bunch of damage.
Web! Web!
Catch the Darkseer. Still no webs. He refuses to cast. I don't know if he knows the mechanics. IX Mike is going to go down, as does to the Earthshaker. Venomancer trading for an Earthshaker. They're not the best trade for Complexity. They're down 3 heroes now. It looks like they may get Jo as well. So we, despite all of the the smack we've been talking about how they've been playing, they're actually going to win this team battle relatively easily. Fluff is going to go down as well. We see a nice power shot trying to catch TC. TC gets silenced, and I believe we're going to get a shackle before he can TP out. Oh, just barely gets that shackle, and TC's going to go down as well. This is going to be a team wipe. Taking down Aegis and the rest of the 5 heroes. Going to go ahead and TP in here as the Lion, and down he does go. They're going to need to move the Spiderlings. Or, nope.
It's going to just TP back. Fluff just buys back and TP top. But I think Brewmother fine by pushing by himself. She is a one-man pushing machine, or one-woman pushing machine. And are they going to lose any Raxes, though?
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard, but she's a spider, no woman. So, bottom, I don't think they're actually going to lose a Rax here. Vengeful is there. Actually, Furion's TP's ready, and she's just ready, so he could go bottom.
Man. I say they pop the BKB and just go straight on the Rax, but there is a glyph, so...
And an Aegis Darkseer wall, so this is going to be very difficult for them. And you go ahead and go right for the Rax. No, don't chase the heroes, just hit the Rax. Just BKB hit the Rax. You have a BKB, bro. Just use your... Hey! Yeah, use it to run away. That's a much better option. Just hit... Thank you. Oh, no, you don't know what you want to do, do you? You can't make up your mind, PCT. Brewmother's going to...
Oh, damn, you saw that?
He used a web to cut down trees.
Holy smokes, man. Great play here from PCT.
We can see a TP for Fear going after Winter, and we're going to see a Sprout and a swap immediately. They continue to do that. That's not the best coordination, to be honest, but they're going to get Windrunner. I think she cannot TP out. Nope, she will go down. And the gem ends up getting picked back up. So Fearing probably going to get his gem back here. Sentry Ward wants to try... There we go. Finally get his charge there.
This game, man, I just don't know what to say anymore.
I'm convinced. Put me in, coach. I'll play.
Let's go watch ESL.
Let's go watch ESL. Dude, Tasteless is a way better caster than both of us combined. I'm just saying. We should call Tasteless, see if he wants to cast in Dota, because that would be boss.
That's going to put us out of a job, man.
Oh, totally, but I don't care. I just want to watch Tasteless cast Dota. Like, it'd be sick. How Rosh, look at the gym at bottom. Oh, there's actually a gym at bottom tower. Does you see it? Right here? You can't see my ping, can you?
Nope, I cannot. And I should be able to.
It's the trees just northwest of the tower.
Of which tower?
The first tower on Radiant Tower on bottom. See the gym just hanging out in the jungle there?
Oh, there's some camouflage going on.
Yep, nobody took it. It's just hanging out. Oh, look, I saw somebody's ping. Or was that my ping?
That's your ping.
Oh,
the chick! Oh, it's gonna get sniped!
The gym is still there.
It drops? I thought it's gonna be back on. I thought it's gonna end on their stash. I guess it doesn't.
Gym drops no matter who dies.
Oh.
So the gym is now.
Now Brewmother's gonna go.
Yeah, Brewmother's gonna walk down there and pick that up.
You know the game is not going well when you get so excited to see a freaking. It's like, man, the battle of range creeps versus courier.
This is just the opening act of Complexity Palooza. For the next scene or the next band rather to hit the stage is going to be I don't remember.
Actually, it's supposed to be Mineski, but that might get changed. I don't know. It might be Quantic instead.
Quantic? Is Quantic supposed to be the third match today?
Yes, but Mineski, they are nowhere to be found. I don't know where they are right now. And also, I have school in a couple hours.
You don't need to go to school. It's really not important. Just drop out, really.
Okay.
Dota way more important than school, I think, is what we learned
I think we
today.
should vote Nebula for Parent of the Year. First, there's approving beat kids, and then now education. Not important. Go play Dota instead.
Hey, to be fair, I'm not what you would call a, I don't know, good parent, I guess. That's why I don't have kids.
Brewmother up to 4.5k
Also,
gold.
What?
Up to 4.5k gold. I wish there's an item where you could buy and just turns your melee list into range.
Oh, dude, that would be sick. It'd be like
That would be
gun.
broken. It's like,
Just
imagine
like-
Sven with range. Oh god.
Oh, dude, yeah. Just call it like the wizard gun.
The
No, it
wizard
wouldn't work
gun.
because cleave doesn't work on range heroes. So he's not cleaving. He's just doing mega attack to one hero.
Okay, calm down. It's still.
Dude, that'd be sick. Sniper could get it and extend into range by another 300. That'd be baller. So, I want to go back to the kids issue. Basically, don't have kids because they will ruin your life. I have friends, and they have kids, and their lives are not as awesome. I mean, yeah, they have things to live for, and they like, loving family, blah, 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 but totally miserable as far as, like, actually doing things go. You know how hard it is to get my friends that have kids to, like, go out to eat? Like, they can't both go at the same time unless they give the kids to grandma. Like, it's like, oh, I get to eat with one of my friends at a time. It's ridiculous. Kids ruin everything, man. I'm just saying.
Okay. you know, like Asian parents, right?
Right.
They always ask for grandkids. Like, when I was a teenager, my parents said, "Oh, no dating till you're 24," because the whole Asian parent thing. It makes sense. And then I turned 22, and they're like, "Where are my grandkids at?" I'm like, "I thought no dating to 24." So it's coming from a Chinese household. It's kids are everything.
Aren't there Chinese people in L.A.? Why you no girlfriend?
Too busy
Yeah,
playing Dota.
You trying to find some Dota Pro girlfriend? Like, what are you doing?
Nah, man, no Dota Pro girls.
It ain't gonna work out, man. I'm just telling you. We'll just any girl, Luminous. Just find any girl.
Any girl.
She'll do.
This has turned from WE versus complexity to life lessons from Nebula.
Life and relationship dating advice brought to you by Nebula.
Yo, man, that could
Like,
be
when you
your
think
new
about-
segment's name.
When you when you really think about life lessons, I'm really the person to look up to in that regard. I've made so many clutch choices.
And I don't know if YYJ going for Shivas 54 minutes in the game instead of Hex is a clutch choice.
Wait, did he really go for Shivas?
He's buying one right now.
Oh man, no, he's got a hex. Fluff has a hex.
No,
Who's got-
YYJ.
Oh, that's a different hero. Who's that?
Yes, that is indeed a different hero. Another disconnect, so we have yet another pause.
Man, this is getting ridiculous. I'm gonna go ahead and all chat. little. Oh man, I want more tea. Can you cast by yourself for a while?
Sure.
I gotta go downstairs, boil the water. It'll take like 5 minutes, then I'll be back.
Are you serious? Do it between game, man.
No, not serious. I want Complexity Palooza to continue. I need this game to end. 54 minutes? Are you kidding me? We've been watching this game for 54 minutes.
It's
Nothing
actually
is-
longer because there's so many pauses in between.
All right, I'm making some tea. I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay. Alright, so now that guy's gone, we can actually talk about strategy, right? So let's look at some items. Double Org is up on WE, so that's a lot of stuns, or not really stuns, but actually pretty weak stuns considering that we have BKB and Manta up, so you're never really going to get Orchid off. And that's why Orchid is one of those items that it's great early on, but kind of decrease in value of effectiveness. But we do have one Hex on QQQ. I'm very surprised that we don't see another Hex. I think the reason that he's getting a Shiva instead is because that Weaver is going to try to hit him down very quick. Having the extra armor will be helpful, sort of, especially against the minus armor of Ventral Aura. But I just think having another Hex is just way better, in my opinion. But no, he's going to go for survivability. Having magical immunity and armor and a raw HP is nice. Kudos to him for getting that. And now I guess we have a hard attempt on Broodmother. I'm not too sure whether I think that's a good choice. No, Manta. He got the Vid Booster a long time ago for extra HP. And then now the Manta. Manta's great because you could chase even better or escape faster if you would actually drop webs to destroy sprouts. And then, triple BKB's up. Hannah just picked this one up, so that's 10 seconds. BKB Darkseer able to drop off that wall and be crazy. I think WE, if they play this correctly, they should have the team fight advantage. And the reason I say that is because they have so much initiation. It doesn't matter if you have BKB if you get chain stunned to death, which is what I'm hoping for from WE. Now, for a little bit of a...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, real fast. For a little bit of chain stun versus BKB, if you're Shaker, you could blink in and drop off your Echo, but you would not have time to drop off your Fissure or Enchant Totem before they pop their BKB, because the cast animation of those spells are so long. And now we have Roshan number 3 coming back. Is that? I think so.
I don't know. We got a little bit of team hate here coming from Wii as they just straight up raged on PCT there.
Dude, no, man, PCT, the last time he played a Huskar against Quantic, and it was a wand game. It literally was a wand game. Huskar was the biggest thing. 20 minutes in, they're hitting the melee racks, and like he would sell treads, he would buy back, sell treads, get a BOT, TP in a fight, died. After he came back alive, sell the BOT and rebuy treads.
Wow. Are you serious?
I'm serious.
That is so awful. Like,
so it actually doesn't shock me that PCT not sprouting out of webs and popping BKB. I don't know if they're having fun. It probably is as well. So,
I mean, they've got to be just joshing around. There's really no. I mean, a team like we, they theoretically should be good enough to not do that kind of stuff. So yeah, they've got to be just messing around. I think at this point they realize they can't win any cash. This is all just for fun for them. So screw around a little bit, not take it very seriously. Which is, I don't know. I think it's kind of unprofessional, to be honest, because it does mess with the competitive balance a little bit. But if they do it in every single game, then I guess it doesn't matter.
I don't want to guess. There's so many circumstances. I don't want to.
Yeah.
And we do have a show match against them. Don't want to.
Oh, dude, I'll speculate. Oh, they're gonna stomp us. Like, no problem. I got faith. You know what we need to do? We need to get a bunch of ringers and wear our tags.
It's like, hey, hey, Quantic.
What's up, guys? We'll call up a bunch of just pro friends and be like, hey, can you wear my tag in this game? Go make me look pro. And they'd be like, yeah, sure, no problem, man.
Have you noticed how these warts look absolutely hideous? It's just like eyeballs everywhere. I never actually look at the warts.
Yeah, it's eyeballs on a stick. I don't know. I don't tell you. The creepiest thing is watching when they unpause and the eyeballs all look around and stuff. It's like, oh, that looks creepy. Why do we pause again? There we go. Now look at him. See, look at the eyes. Oh, that's gross. It's so gross. Eyeballs are gross, man.
Okay, if I get $1 for every pause and unpause in this game,
I'd be rich.
I could afford myself a freaking ribeye steak.
Dude, I'd have $50. I'd move to China and live there for a year. What? Rice is cheap, right? So, I had a friend in college. He studied abroad in China, and he said that like the average amount of money the poor have there is like so little that if you have a bunch of money and you go there, you actually can just live for quite a while. He said he lived there for 6 months and it cost him about the same it would cost to live in the U.S. for about a month and a half.
Something like that. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, man. Every night we'd go get beers and they'd be like the equivalent of like 25 cents in the U.S. So they would just go to bars and get wasted every night. And I'm like, geez, this sounds amazing. I want to go to China. And he's like, yeah, but don't speak out or they'll kill you.
Wow.
He went to, okay, I got to tell this story because it's just too fantastic. He went to a bar and he had met some girl at like a some restaurant somewhere, and she was like, "Oh, my dad owns a bar. You want to come out later tonight?" And they're like, "Yeah." So they go to this bar, and it turns out he's like a gangster, and there's like trays of cocaine being passed around, and he's like, "Whoa, no, I'm not. I don't. No, none of that." And like they were getting mad at them. They were getting mad at my friend and his American friends. And this girl was like the daughter of this gangster, and it was like, oh crap, just please make it out of this night alive. I don't want to lose any nuts. Like, let's just get out of here. And so, like, my friend is just like, that's the most terrified I've ever been in my life. I'm sitting in China, in a country that I don't really know that well. I'm like talking to this girl who's the daughter of a gangster, and we're in his place. That's like legit.
Can we save this game? That is a good question.
I don't. I doubt it. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not up for wasting 56 minutes. I'm with TC here. This needs to just work.
Alright, 5v5 mid, go.
Yeah, it's time to. I mean, maybe that has something to do with Wii's play. Maybe PCT is actually having some problems. I mean, obviously he's dropped a number of times. Maybe he's getting like heavy frame lag or something.
Maybe that's the case. It does not explain BKB out of nowhere though. I still gonna hold to him to that one.
Yeah, that's a good point. That one doesn't. I don't know. Maybe he thought he saw something. Maybe he had a graphical glitch, and all of a sudden there was a Furion. I don't know.
Maybe.
That said, I think we are going to maybe go for it here at the end, and this may be the right time to do it because Complexity's camping to catch that Roshan, which I believe spawns in 30 seconds. It's like 30 seconds from now.
Okay, and let's point out the most important thing in the game. Fluff and Stuff's avatar is a Shinobu from Bakemonogatari, okay? YYJ's avatar is Taiga from Toradora. And I think that's Cube. I'm not too sure.
Cube?
Cube from
a few times.
Madoka. Okay, great. If you have time to talk about that kind of useless information,
hey,
know.
Kid's got a butterfly, and PCT has a very dark.
Yeah,
image.
now those item checks are beat to the death because there's so many pauses. Like
actually, look at PCT's avatar. Is that like a very dark dazzle? Does that look a really dark dazzle to you?
That just looked like I don't even know what that is.
Oh. Anyway, so I was playing OS the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Because my point and click skills are kind of crap, and I was trying to, work it out. And I rediscovered Bad Apple, greatest song ever.
Oh, yeah.
It's like not, it's kind of cheesy, but so good.
I'll send you a link to a remix later. There's the remix version as well. It's pretty good.
You want to really enjoy something? Google live, or not Google. You go to YouTube and search for live Bad Apple, and like not the fixed version. And the girls, she struggles a bit, to say the least. It's like to a giant crowd, and she's
just bad.
Cute. She's very pretty, I guess. But it's less than good. I would say less than stellar.
How does it rank near WE's play this game? Give me a comparison.
I would say it is maybe worse than WE's play right now.
Wow. I would not go watch that video then.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. There's a fixed version though that's like totally fake, and then the real one, it's like, yeah, she's not really singing very loudly. It looks like she doesn't maybe know the words. She's timid and shy. She's kind of off pitch half the time. It's rough, but the song is still amazing. Oh, let me go get him on Skippy.
Skippy, they try.
Like Skippy peanut butter. Who wants that Skippy?
Oh man,
peanut
no
butter?
drop in 3 seconds. We're good. We're good.
We made it a whole 3 seconds and nobody dropped. I'm thinking PCT maybe wants to invest in a new internet connection. Maybe the place he lives, he just has a bad one. I really hate that. I lived for a long time in a house where the internet would just drop constantly, and it was like a fault of the actual connection to the house. So I used to drop all the time playing Dotas, and I would have to go to my friend's house to play Dota. It sucked. It's miserable. Anyway, so they're going to camp Roshan here. I thought it was 50. Yep, it looks like it is going to be 57.
They write it down, man. Look at them.
Oh, I thought it was at 56-36, but I think that's when the last one spawned. It took him 24 seconds to actually kill it. So PCT does go ahead and drop a web here. He's going to go after Mike. Mike's may actually go down here. Looks like another egg is picked up for TC. The cheese is still there. I want to see somebody blink in and steal that cheese, bro. Hannah Montana takes a bunch of damage. Earthshaker's going to go down as well. Vitomancer did die to that Broodmother. Broodmother's going to go after TC here. TC doesn't have the cheese, but if they can cancel that cheese, maybe go after Fluff instead.
Oh, illusion blocks on the ramp! Except not really attempted, or not really... But there's a cheese. It's still in there anyway.
I know, it's saying cheese is just hanging out. If I were Furion, I would kill that cheese.
La Fromage, he does kill it!
Instantly. I am as good as, was it TC? I am as good as Fluff. That's all I got to say. So Jo does go down here in the middle, and I think
this is game.
May win this game. We see a buyback from Weaver. Wow, we've been talking a lot of smack about Wii this whole time. If they win this game, I'm gonna.
I don't know what to say, but Wall of Replica was not used in that fight. Venomancer got caught out, so his ultimate was not used on the team in that fight. It just.
Yeah, this is not gonna be easy. I mean, with Aegis or with the Agistic Darkseer being dead and no Venomancer, they lose a lot of their defend power. They're basically down just a wave plus Furion. But we see a nice initiation on Venge. He does get force stabbed with wave. We see Shivas being dropped. It's not gonna do enough. Nice BKB to dodge the stun this time. TC is definitely gonna die. We see a Shaft. Oh, he's so tank.
He's tank, man. He's got the armor value from the Midas. There's another. He's Hex. Where's the BKB? BKB has ran out of duration. He's gonna go down. He's gonna try to life steal his way back. He gets one kill right now. IX Mike's gonna be the second one down. Just use your web. No, there's a vacuum destroying the trees for them. But yeah, Darkseer's gonna get a double here. They defend. A gem gets dropped. They should have just went bot for that Rex. And this game is gonna keep going on.
That was hasty. That was desperate defending complexity. That was awesome from both sides. I think actually that was maybe one of the better battles that they could have actually got this game. They executed relatively well. They picked off a number of heroes. Obviously, they had the kill before the Roshan, so they were able to get in. And they took the Aegis down from TC, but of course he did just resurrect. He also picked up the gem, which nobody on Wii managed to grab. I think it's their last hero dropped it.
Just blew back into town.
So we see a buyback for Winter now. We're going to have a little bit of a mass buyback game beginning, I believe. And if nobody gets a strong enough advantage in any one battle, we're going to have just a bunch of buybacks for the next 10 to 15 minutes, I think.
And apparently Weaver is just still not tank enough, so I gotta say he has to invest into a Reaver right now.
Yeah,
Reaver buying a Reaver. The thing is, he doesn't get any damage. So for the most part, I think the team could actually ignore him, and that's what they've been doing. WE's been taking care of the other heroes, and then Jo is the last one that gets chain disabled to death.
Yeah, he does get a little bit of extra damage from the aura from Vengeful Spirit. Oh, sweet, another pause. And I'm up to like an 8-month stay in China. So, I mean, TC does give him a little bit of extra damage with that aura, but they've been kind of focusing Venge, and despite the fact that she is quite tanky right now. She's been surviving a lot. 21 armor at the moment. That's a lot of armor.
Yeah, and she's got up to 3,800. I'm gonna say who's gonna be the first one that just goes balls to the wall and get Divine? Or actually, do you think should we get things like crits or standard late game items, or do we go? Is any team desperate right now for a win?
I feel like Complexity actually has better late game, so I don't think they need to do that. The Sentinel side, their late game's going to slow down because Leshrak's decent in the late game, but he's got to be pretty fat, and he's not really that far ahead. And it's not.
I don't know, because Venomancer's definitely not a late game.
Yeah, but Darkseer.
I don't know. Darkseer also, it feels like his prime has been passed.
Nah, that wall never really loses its effectiveness because it scales proportionally.
Right, but the thing is, right now, in this point of the game, that WE's heroes are tank enough to kind of ignore the wall for a good duration. Generally, when the wall is dropped, then you kind of just run with your tail between your legs. But in this case, I think they can actually stay a little bit and actually kill everyone, which has been happening. Also, in the past couple of fights, WE's been blinking right on the Darkseer and disable him before he drops anything.
So you think the late game of Windrunner, Leshrak, and Broodmother is going to be stronger?
I think they have more disables.
Fury and Weaver Venge?
I think they have better initiation.
Well, obviously they have a bunch of disables in initiation, sure, but there's a lot of BKBs on Complexity right now. I mean, they got a BKB on what? Vengeful Spirit, got a BKB on Weaver. Darkseer does have a BKB as well. Venomancer doesn't have a BKB, but he could theoretically pick one up, though I doubt he will be able to get there. Fluff and Stuff has a Hex down another 4.6k, so he could buy a BKB right now if he wanted. So I think there's enough BKBs on Scourge to where they could be fine through most of those stuns.
We'll see. It's so hard to call. Both teams. It's not one of those clear-cut things that they have a void and you have like a Venge as your carry. Not kind of those things. So it's just hard to call. It comes down to positioning, and to be honest, neither team has.
30 minutes ago, I think we had a huge advantage. So
yes.
I feel like this is already kind of a chink in their armor. I think Complexity's already feeling kind of better, much better about this than they were 30 minutes ago.
Broodmother's just chilling in the base. I don't know what he's doing. He's dropped. He's dropped.
Oh, he's dropped and we had no pause.
Yeah, and they're gonna play it out.
We don't care. we
don't care, and we don't care.
Yeah. Most of us seem to do not care. Nice English skills. Sick language, bro. YYJ does have that Shibas, as you mentioned. He has a BKB as well, plus the Bloodstone. He's got another 3.4k. And Leshtrek is a very strong late game hero. A lot of people don't realize that, but if he gets quite tanky, I mean, you're pulsing for 144 damage at a giant.
Well, against 5 BKBs, I'm not sure, or 4.
Yeah, that's a good point. They do have a massive BKBs. This game is going to be rough on both sides. I feel like Complexity still has the advantage here. But I've been a little bit impressed with Wee's ability.
Yeah, I'm surprised they keep winning fights after fights after fights. I wrote them out a long time ago.
Yeah, me too. We kind of maybe a bit hasty and presumptuous again there on the call in it. So we have another pause. I'm pretty sure my water's boiling. So for virtue of me not burning my stove all over, I'm going to be right back.
Yep. Seems like Brewmother has sold his treads. Unless I missed the fact that he had boots the whole game. I don't think he did. I think he has treads. Seems like he's going to be going not blacking, but Breach of Travel. That's going to leave him buyback less, but we are approaching to a game where map mobility is everything. He disconnects again. Great stuff. Which, by the way, if you're joining alongside, kind of halfway through, wondering what the hell is going on, well, they were playing on the Singapore server. Maybe future games won't be playing on the Singapore server because the server is really buggy. Now, Valve was having some issues earlier on as well because it was down for an hour or so before a Premier League match. But here comes the gank, and this might just be it, especially if Brewmother and his team not in position. Yellow over here. Yellow's YYJ. He does have a teleport scroll. He could make it into the fight. Connects, disconnect, reconnect, resume, pause. Yeah, both teams. WE getting the harder side of it, but both teams having a lot of issues with connection and deconnection. Weaver comes back.
All right, so here's what we've learned today. Don't use the Singapore server.
Yes. One thing I want to point out before this game unpauses and we'll have a big team fight. I like what Weaver did. He buy a bit booster first instead of buying the full Reaver, which he had to go for. The reason he did that is so that after he dies, he will still have to buy back gold, although he's missing a little bit right now.
Yeah, but I still a good choice because theoretically he will have to buy back gold, and if he just kills a couple of creeps in the jungle here, but it looks like Ventral's actually going to steal those from him. Nope, he gets that one. Should get a little bit closer. He needs to be at about like 3k basically is what he's going to need to be able to.
No, he has enough right now. He has enough right now.
Are you getting any lags? I'm getting a little bit of lag. In fact, right now, Jo is walking without... Oh, there he goes again. Jo was just...
He was moonwalking with 6 legs. That's hot.
6-leg moonwalk. It's pretty impressive.
For anyone that cares, as we have PCT reconnects, you lose 30 gold for each level you have when you die. So, at level 25, you lose 750 gold. So, it's a quick way to calculate. So, generally around 2,750 gold. In a very late game situation, you will have buyback. Buyback generally costs 2k at the late game.
Yeah. And he is level 24, so...
Right, he has enough right now.
Yeah, he's got enough. So we have a little bit of a counter or a game from the back here. Actually, that's a winner and illusion, so just 2 heroes there. But we see a smoke being dropped.
Uh-oh, complexity smoke.
That could have been rough. Like if they had been a little bit closer to that line, and they would have got it canceled, they immediately would have known he was there. He would have got worked.
Ooh, be kid. Don't get swapped. That's 16 level 16 initiation. It is.
Yeah, it's a very, very long range.
It's rough. I'm surprised that the WE team has not denied this tower yet. On the bottom lane. The bottom lane is just sitting around there. I guess some teams do this for like map control, especially. It makes sense. You get an extra tower to TP to. And to be honest, in this late stage of the game, 500 extra gold, pretty measly.
My bottom tower doesn't even have an HP bar.
You gotta get your Dota 2 fixed then.
Oh, nope, there he goes. I'm having some graphical issues here. I don't know what the deal is. I think it's
Blame the Singapore server.
Hey man, no problem. We just pause again. I tell you what, I think we should just restream Tasteless just talking about stuff. Is that legal? Are we allowed to do that? Sure
I don't think we are.
Okay.
Butcher travel up on Brewmother.
65 minutes. Is this the longest game in TPL?
No, this is like 90-minute game. I mean, it feels like it.
But I'm saying, is this the longest game in TPL history?
Yes, it is. Is anyone still watching?
Yeah, here, I'll go check. So this is, I'm not doing anything right now.
No.
Google wants me to play Dota, but I'm busy casting. But as much as I want to go play some Invoker. Man, I play too much Invoker. I've got an addiction. I need to cut it out. I need prescription. It's more Invoker. All right, so we still have, we got about 5,000 people still watching. I'm kind of impressed, to be honest. Hanging in there. Guys hanging in there.
Shout out to all 5,000 viewers. Pat yourself on the back. Jesus, this game.
Man, so much hate in chat. So ridiculous. Entitled. Entitled kids. Anyway. That's probably not a good idea. Probably shouldn't get mad at viewers.
Nah, man.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry. Apologies to the viewers. I'm not mad at you. I love you guys.
No, man, I love haters. No, I'm serious. I love haters. I just kind of chuckle. They care so much.
Yeah, they do.
I have never had anyone care so much. My mom don't even care that much. These guys. I'm serious. I just love haters.
My family's like, what do? You cast Dota games? That's weird. So you just like sit at home? Like, what do you do? Like they don't care at all. Haters care way more.
Man, yeah, haters. Lovely people.
Impressive. Anyway. So Earthshaker and Brood are both disconnected right now. So we're having a pretty sweet game.
No, if we cut out every single lag, this is a good game.
Yeah, it would be fun, but I'm running out of things to talk about. We can talk about Magic. You want to talk about Magic?
I wonder what would happen if I uploaded this to YouTube and just like troll my viewers there.
Just uploaded all the pauses and everything.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, the record is what we see here is what they see.
Yeah. Is that how recording works? Crazy. So, I've never done that, I don't have my own show. Although my show is changing. I don't know if I mentioned this. If anybody has any sweet ideas for a new name, it's going to be much more... for anybody who has watched the daily, I don't know how many people watching this cast watch the daily. I'm sure many of them. But we have... I do things called hero dailies every now and then, where I just focus on a hero and really try and teach as much as I can about that hero's general play style. It's a bunch of different builds. It's basic fit in the metagame, what you're trying to accomplish, and a lot of little tips and tricks. And so I think I'm going to switch the show to be a much more just that stuff and talking about general Dota concepts all the time. Like do a show up on positioning, do a show on last hitting, do a show on picking, do a show on heroes, or, individual heroes all the time. So I think I'm going to change the show to that and not really do any shoutcasting anymore and just do the casting for stuff like the Premier League and actual tournaments. Because I feel like there was a time when, there was not enough casters, like not enough Dota casting. But I feel like there's enough casting at this point that we need, some other kind of Dota shows. So
that I agree with.
We've got plenty of casters. There's a lot of really great casters out there casting Dota nowadays, which is awesome to see. By the way, it's so fantastic. I'm so happy that that Dota's getting bigger and bigger as an esport. The International obviously was the beginning of that. International 2 I think is going to be even better. It's even going to be in the U.S. So I intend to try and get there. I know you live like a minute away from it. So
just a minute, just a short toss of the rock.
Yeah, Washington's not really that far, right?
No.
So yeah, I mean,
I think what they're gonna do right now is everyone go to Fountain, sell their items, and whoever has most gold total up wins the game.
Oh, let's do it. Just say that in all chat. See if they agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do math right here. So he's got what is that? 1175? No, 1075. Oh man, that's too hard. Never mind. Okay. Can't do math.
Woo! Chinese guy no math. What is this?
Yeah, I know.
You docked it yet?
I'm shaming my entire 9th generation.
You docked it yet? Oh, that is like my favorite joke, and it's not even like a.
Where's Ainge? Is Ainge watching this? Is Ainge available?
I feel like
Mr. Tournament Organizer.
Hey, somebody just made the joke the Dota Yearly Show, which is funny because I haven't been doing many dailies. But what's not the Dota Weekly Show? What's the deal there? Has this been going on? You still making them?
It's a working
Dota
project.
Show?
It's a working project.
I have a excuse at least for the last week because I'm rebooting the show, so I'm changing the idea.
Yeah, well, me too.
But oh, are you? Okay.
Dota Tri-Weekly Show.
The Dota Tri-Weekly Show. Force says, what the WTF, didn't they start at 14 CET? To which I say, Force, the Dota servers were down at 14 CET. They didn't come out to about 15 CET.
We had a 20-minute game, which was
It was
Brilliant.
nice. It made up a little bit of the ground, and now we have a 22-hour game.
Yes.
This is. I don't know where I started 20. I was going to say 120, and then I just said 20.
Which, by the way, the next match after this, it is going to be Complexity versus Quantic. Oh my goodness, that match is going to be so important. Mineski not around. Not too sure what, but I got a message saying that it is going to be Quantic instead.
So did you see the chat? B Kid says, if we can't play, can you let us reload? If we lose everything, we lose the game. Okay. To which Flush responds, obviously, I guess so. Yeah, I'll take a win.
Okay, well, who's hosting the game?
I believe, is Atri here? Who's the
Atri's
host?
hosting the game.
So, Atri, if we could get you to save, buddy. Actually, yes, messaging is better. So we're gonna try and get a save going here. Maybe forced to get a little bit of a restart. Now the thing is, I'm pretty sure this isn't gonna work. Dota 2's save reload technology does not, I think, work.
So I'm gonna just take the time to pull up every single menu for you guys to see, because this might be the very last of this game.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So the gold chart at 6K now for Radiant, you know, it actually got a little bit of a pull back there, as they started to kind of get back into this. Actual gold per minute. Look at poor Lion and Earthshaker. They just have no gold per minute, like at all. Brewmother's gold per minute still pretty high. Actually, Radiant's gold per minute's pretty good.
Yeah, 400s, 3 of them in 400s.
Yeah. The XP per minute's also quite high for them. I think Wee's like leveled up higher, but I don't think that their team is nearly as well positioned at this point. I just think with all that magical and stun damage, the BKBs are just going to be too strong.
We might never find out who wins the last fight.
We won't.
We
find
might.
out. And neither shall we.
Neither shall we.
I think. Yeah.
I still feel like WE again. Their heroes have such high cap skill that it just turns a team fight if everything goes right.
That is true. So it looks like we're gonna go. He says he can't back. So it looks like Rock actually can't reconnect. So this is a bit unfortunate here.
Micro the Shaker, no problem.
Earthshaker's actually going to have to be played by a teammate, which makes this a lot harder, obviously. I mean, not infinitely harder, but it's definitely going to make it harder. They have, as Luminous mentioned, the amount of let us fight. I love that. That is a fantastic sentence. We shall battle in an honor duel. So we have, obviously because of the nature of all their heroes, this is going to be a little difficult.
Winrun just popped a DD. Let's just finish Squinsu.
Oh,
last fight. He's calling it.
Last fight. One for all the marbles.
It's like someone's on the batting plate and he just points out to the park. It's like that.
They're just like he's just like calling it. He's like, all right, he's calling Complexity out. Get out here, bros. Let's do this. Let's battle it up.
No dodge.
All right. I guess this is what we're doing. This wasn't really part of the game plan, but
they got a turtle until QQQ out of DD. She's gonna be out soon, but.
They do have Earthshaker hanging out. It looks like Lion is
shot.
Earthshaker. Looking for an opportunity to get in there. Looks like he's going to Echo Slam and catch a few, but no creeps. He's not going to do a whole lot of damage. You have BKBs being dropped in mass here. Everybody got a BKB. I actually can't even tell what's going on right now.
Right, ROC, the Shaker does die right here. Teamfight still chasing. Hannah drops the wall. Not too much damage being done. QQQ very low HP. The Radiance from the wall doing massive damage. B-Kid now tanking up. Jo is going to do the work. It seems like only a couple Dire Hero has died. QQQ is going to run out. She is going to die to the tower shot. No. Winrun is going to save it. Jo now chasing Fluff. No, Fluff barely survived. Brewmother is going to be dead. It's going to be a 4-0. GG's going to be immediately called. If you look in the dictionary for the word anticlimactic.
Yeah. That was kind of unfortunate, really. I feel bad. I feel bad for Wii because they were starting to kind of pull themselves into this. I think they had a shot. I think you're right, but it's a bummer. It's a bummer. Some games, as Tasteless would say, the vehicle for esports is technology, and sometimes technology does not always work the way you want it to.
Sometimes that vehicle just crashes.
Yep, sometimes it doesn't work. So sometimes you get a little bit of an unfortunate. It's never in basketball. It's like, oh no, the basketball broke. It doesn't work. Well, let's get another one. Sometimes Shaq brings down the rim or whatever.
And the game delays for 30 minutes,
But they fixed it. That doesn't happen much anymore. All right. Well, there is the victory screen. The final score will be popped up here. And, yep, stay with us, guys. We will be casting. The complexity of Palooza will continue. I believe we're going to go with Quantic next. So Minisky, a no-show, it would appear.
And we're not going to do it on a Singapore host. Can we get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
That's the freaking whole chat. It's like, all right, that's going to be complexity. Now, they are still very, very strong in the standing currently on the Premier League, but it all hinges in that very next match against Quantic.